Ding dong, the witch is dead. And by which, I mean Tyler Reddick. And by dead, I still mean 60 points clear of second. Anyway, the Straight Talk Wireless 500 at Phoenix. And once again, the 500 is not 500 miles or laps, it's kilometers. What the fuck is a kilometer? We had this conversation last year. Only miles or laps should count in the names of NASCAR races. So from now on, I will refer to this race as the Fuck Metric 312. The pole sitter for the Fuck Metric 312 was Joey Logano, because of course Penske was going to do well at Phoenix. And to avoid the lap-by-lap breakdown, which no one's going to watch this anyway, let's just hit the highlights. Chase Briscoe cuts a tire and goes headfirst into the wall. This firmly puts the Chase Briscoe depression meter at I'm going to fucking jump off a bridge. This would lead off the blown tire show, where everyone and their brother had tire issues. And shout out to Goodyear, because before the race even began, they put out a tweet saying something along the lines of, hey dipshits, the recommended tire pressures aren't just pulled from our asses. We have engineers. We know what we're talking about. And it wasn't just the teams fucking up. NASCAR watched 3 cars cut down tires after Noah Gregson's tire and I think his brake rotor exploded. Not cleaning up debris in a timely fashion is peak NASCAR. Joey Logano framed Ross Chastain as a terrorist by causing the chain reaction of bullshit. Ross even went so far to send the Hendrick number 48 car into the air, which was being driven by Anthony Alfredo this week. That team's already dead. Just leave it alone. Also, you took out your teammate Austin Cindric there, Joey. That's not very cash money, honey. AJ Allmendinger and Joey Logano have a disagreement on a restart, ending Joey's day and collecting Josh Berry and Daniel Suarez. Chase Elliott also got damaged in this crash and sent him from what was going to be a decent result into purgatory. I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times. Fuck Joey Logano. This week's People's Hero of the Republic Award goes to AJ Allmendinger for giving Joey a fuck ton of karma. Ryan Blaney had the fastest car of the day, but maybe the dumbest pit crew. During a stop, one of his wheels didn't get tightened all the way, meaning he had to come back in to get it tightened, putting him in the back. Then, because no one can learn from anything, his team does it again, meaning he had to stop in Logano's box to get it tightened, losing all his track position because of a penalty. Again, he took this about as well as you thought he did.
I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
Despite having a bunch of inbred morons for a pit crew, Ryan was able to overcome the deficit and win the race, making a Penske sweep of the weekend between Cup and IndyCar after Joseph Newgarden's win. And honestly, that's impressive. To drive through the field twice, and not to mention having that dumbass mustache that makes him look like a Old West, Wild West train robber, to have that facial hair and to have a pit crew of fucking idiots and still win, that's kind of impressive. Enough with the Fuck Metric 312, let's check in on the open wheel stupidity. Starting last week, Stingray Robb is now a wanted fugitive for his lap 1 terrorism at St. Pete. Santino Ferrucci and Mick Schumacher were both knocked out of the race from this blatant attack on basic freedom. As a result, the FBI and ATF burned down Stingray's compound outside of Waco, Texas. The IndyCar field conspired to eliminate Alex Palou at Phoenix. A CIA agent disguised as Rinus VeeKay tried to make a run around the outside of Palou, and Palou came up and hit him and ended his day. Joey Logano, who was in the Fox booth for the doubleheader, was somehow the voice of reason, saying Palou should have left from space. I cannot tell you how much it pains me to say something nice about that spawn of Satan. Will Power does Will Power things when he puts Christian Rasmussen into the wall in the fight for the lead on lap 207. Will is showing why Penske moved on from him after this week doing that bullshit and then crashing out at St. Pete. Joseph Newgarden bounces back from a dogshit 2025 to win at Phoenix and now holds the lead of the points after Palou's assassination. Formula One was back in action this week with the Australian Grand Prix, the first race of the new regulations, and some teams took better advantage than others. I'm traveling in a fucked up Aston. On track at Halbert, I'm stressing. I met a strange man, it's Aero Jesus. He said this engine is useless. I'm in this fucked up car now, about to go another lap down. Honda has fucked it up, wow. Lawrence Stroll is having a cow. Speaking of terrible, Oscar Piastri had himself a no good, very bad day as well when he crashed out on the reconnaissance lap. If Oscar Piastri wasn't already dead on the inside, crashing out at his home race certainly sent him over the edge. Ferrari had a Ferrari strategy moment when they did not pit either car during an early VSC. This opened the door to the rocket piloted by George Russell to hit the afterburner and fuck off into the distance. Max Verstappen had a good recovery drive after crashing out in Q1. However, to accomplish this, he had to sacrifice Isaac Hajjar upon the altar of Helmut Marko. Classic second Red Bull seat. Now it's time for the awards. The "if they have to say your seat is safe, your seat probably isn't safe" award goes to Alex Bowman. I get he's sick and he shouldn't be driving right now, but the fact that Hendrick had to release an announcement that his seat was safe, it doesn't look good. The 2026 F1 World Drivers' Champion is George Russell. I'm pretty sure they're still sandbagging, but managed to win by approximately 12 years. The "if it walks like a dipshit and quacks like a dipshit, it's probably a dipshit" award goes to Will Power for crashing out at both races of the year. The "oh fuck, he figured it out" award goes to SVG because oh fuck, he's actually good on ovals now. Just missed out of a top 10 after at least one spin on the day, and he's 5th in points. That's something that should keep everyone up at night. So to review, NASCAR teams don't know how to air up tires, Alex Palou does not lead the points in IndyCar right now, and Mercedes has a literal solid rocket motor duct taped to their car. Thank you, and remember, fuck Joey Logano.